All right, we're here at Paul's, and look, there's another Beetle on the lift. Paul was so nice to video everything, go and pick it up. But some little, a little behind the scenes snippet here. The card gave out, and we lost all footage. So
card glitch.
Yeah, we can't show you him picking it up, but he assures me that he did a great job.
Oh yeah, well it's here.
Yeah, well the car's here.
It's here and no one died.
Now, I haven't walked up to it yet. Now, what Paul needs this for, he didn't want to tell you, but we're going to tell you.
Damn it.
The Beetle engine is knocking again, and he doesn't know why.
I'm going to sue the builder is what I'm going to do. I'm going to sue him.
You should take that guy out back and shoot him or something.
Oh, big time.
So he needed an engine. This car has been parked in the field for what looks like 3 centuries.
But yet only since 2006.
Really? Was it in a floody field?
No, it was in a yard. You'll see from the photos, though, it was sunken into the dirt, which kind of crazy. If you look under it, the floorboards actually aren't any worse than if it had just been driving. A lot of them rust in those spots normally, battery tray and such. I expected it to have no floor, truthfully, but it did. It does have some.
And you think this engine is good? Have you turned it over yet?
Won't turn over because the cylinders are stuck, and I can't force it to turn over like I want to because I will break this valve. This valve will not pop all the way out. And so I got it out almost all the way, but if it doesn't pop all the way out, when the piston comes to the top, it's going to crack the head off the valve.
Right.
I don't need that hit, really, but instead, we're just going to take the thing apart and see if it has a valid, good bottom end and see what the end play is on the block and possibly just use this bottom end with all my good top end parts.
What year is this one, and what's the story on this one?
This is a 1973. But anyway, in 73, they made 20,000 of what was called the Sports Bug. This was one of those. They made them in metallic blue and yellow. This one is yellow right now, but if you look under the fender wells, it's the original metallic blue.
Oh, nice.
And it had a stripe that ran along the side and got wide back here. Really cool thing, a cool car. It also had different seats, which we can't see right now because it's in the air, but it's got seats with bucket seats with bolsters, and it had a really cool, this one's ruined, but a really cool 3-spoke Baja type wheel. Like a 13-inch wheel with VW on it. So neat history on this car.
Are the seats worth anything?
To someone that has a sports bug, they are repairable. They are recoverable. I don't know if you can just get, the covering set from EMPI, from Cal-Look Performance, the supplier of all the Volkswagen parts that I buy. Thank you, Cal-Look Performance. So. I don't think you can buy that set of covers like you can for my normal 70. So this is a 1973 Super Beetle, which means that it's has a round windshield. They did make some flat windshield Super Beetles, but this is a little bit later one. It has a rounded windshield. It also has a McPherson strut front suspension. Handles much better. The Super Beetles are actually better cars, really. They handle better and they have a better suspension, but they're just, I guess they don't have the nostalgia of the old Beetle, so they're, let's say, less loved. Like not quite as valuable. I've seen some beautiful Super Beetles, don't get me wrong.
I know that the hood up there is a Super Beetle.
That's off the red one that was here. I actually got a Super Beetle when I built my car for the first time, and I cut the rear firewall, surgically removed all the the spot welds out of the rear firewall and put them into my car because that was rusted out.
And this one is only here for an engine, correct? Like you're taking that out.
Yeah.
The car is so far gone.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty rough.
Oh, another cool note, it actually had AC. This had factory AC. I'm sure it was put in at the dealer, but this is the high and low AC lines, and they run up here. And if you look through these vents, you can see where the condenser was. And then inside the car, there's a little control box with the temperature and the fan, and then the evaporator is in the car. They cut the lines in the back so that it is no more an AC car. And another thing about this car, this engine has been replaced. This car was fuel injected. So this was a fuel injected car with AC. You can see the plug at the top there. That was where the ECU and everything plugged in. And yeah, so this is a replaced engine at some point, far as I can tell. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I think that plug is for the fuel injection.
And it's just easier to put in carbureted, I'm sure.
Probably what they had, yeah. We're gonna pull the engine out of this one, and I'm thinking probably 45 minutes to an hour, we should have this thing on the bench and disassembled.
Yeah, Jeremy's here. Billy's on his way. They're gonna pull this motor out.
Yeah, and then we'll be calling Cowlook Performance to get our parts.
And they're gonna send all the right stuff, and Paul is gonna look at it, and he's gonna think it's wrong, and he'll send it back, and they'll say, no, you had the right stuff.
No, it was wrong. It was actually wrong. I didn't reorder the same thing. I was wrong. The part was correct for what I ordered.
Hey guys, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. Also hit the notification bell to let you know when new videos are live.
In 15 minutes. Now, granted, I cut the throttle cable, the heater cables, and all the wiring, but that would have added, what, another 5 minutes? So it would have taken about 20 minutes to pull the engine. It's sitting here, and now, the fun stuff. We're gonna put it on a workbench or a work table, and we're gonna start stripping it down and taking it apart and see what it looks like inside.
How you overheat.
You think? I don't think it was like this before. They put it away, but you see all the dirt in the fins?
Yeah.
That's another way that they run hot.
Yeah.
They get a bunch of dirt and crud, but look at this.
Pecans.
Yeah, somebody was really loving pecans. All right, anyway, on to it. We're pulling the engine apart here. Just vacuumed up a bunch of pecan shells. I'm gonna vacuum all this mess. The tin is coming off pretty well. There is some water we noticed dumping out of the bottom of the block. So I hope that didn't damage any of the cam or anything like that. Look at the ants. If you can see them.
Whole colony.
The ants are marching, yeah. So I'm about to vacuum them up. Look how plugged these fins are. So we're working on it, taking it apart. Just want to show the proper way to remove a Volkswagen exhaust. So there's a bolt stuck right here. So what we're going to do is there we go. Perfect. I hit from here. There we go. Use this.
It's coming.
Is it going?
Kind of.
Well, I'm still hitting kind of back here because it's not connected up here.
Right.
So maybe I need to do this. There we go. Oh my God. Wait, look at this. Oh shit, I forgot that was hooked up. Look at that mess.
What is that?
That cylinder was full of water. Do we need to cut something down there?
Yeah.
It's all dangling. We didn't take this piece of metal off. Yeah, we're just kind of winging this and taking this thing apart. That cylinder actually has some gook in it, but it looks like it would be okay. But this,
Do you need that spring?
No. Safety first.
You want me to catch something?
Yeah. Oh, I don't think I can knock it all the way off. Yeah. I'm gonna hit it here though, and we should be pretty close to ready. Or that, almost. Okay, so I probably did this, which is fine because it doesn't really matter. But I think when I was trying to tap this valve to get it to come free, first of all, it was never going to come free because look at the stuff on that stem. Secondly, I tapped it probably too far in and I touched the piston, but I really didn't care. It didn't matter. So now we're going to pull the cylinders. They might go. Yeah, they're moving. All right. No. Oh, no. I can try a little bit, maybe. Actually, no. You got it. All right, that's 3.
Man, those look...
But there was no way in hell this was going to run. Oh, wow. I can hit it.
Yeah.
Some, maybe. There it goes. I see the rings. There we are.
I mean, even that piston doesn't look that bad.
No, just that rust ring. That's where it was stuck, and that ring was stuck. You see that brown ring?
Yeah.
That was jammed. There was no way that was going to turn, and then all the valves were so stuck.
Oh. It's...
Oh my goodness. That is bad. That's ruined.
Wash my hands.
That's a ruined VW. Now, we have all the pistons out. Let's see if it turns. Yes. What we'll do now is pull the pistons off and we can shine a light into the, kind of see what it looks like inside. I see some surface rust on things, but hopefully the bearings themselves will be okay. It's coming off slowly. It's kind of got to tap things around a little bit. It will free up. There we go. Let's see how nasty it is. That's pretty ugly, but it'll all clean up. So far, these bearings look like they're okay. That journal, the one journal I can see of the crankshaft right now, looks absolutely beautiful. Really shiny and nice. Cam lobes have a little surface rust on them, but I think I can just polish those up a little bit. The bearing of the cam looks wonderful. Well, the 2 I can see right now, and also the bearings that came out in the other half of the block. It looks nice. It's not scored or messed up at all. This looks just like a mirror. Really pretty. So I'm about to pull the crank and the cam out of here. Oh, the oil pump is junk. I kind of broke it apart to get it out. And there it goes. That'll free it up if you just break the ears off. I actually have a new one, so no big deal. Okay, so that's that. I'm going to pull the rest of this apart and have a look once it's all disassembled. All right, I just want to show you all this thing of beauty. So look at these bearings, or journals, I should say, the crankshaft. Beautiful. They look like mirrors. I mean, I don't even have to polish them. There's a little surface rust on the crank itself, but who cares? It's got all original Volkswagen labeled bearings. Chances are it's never been opened. Like same thing with the rods. They have a little bit of surface rust on them, but they had, I mean, these bearings weren't very bad, you know, they're not scored up at all. And they're VW bearings. This engine had almost no in play. It was, you know, within spec. I think we're gonna be okay. Start cleaning all this stuff up, clean the block. It's super nasty, and get it all fresh. start putting it back together. We'll have to take the other engine out, so we might pull the other car's engine out tomorrow. But four cleanings and 2 full cans of Easy Off later. Not too shabby. There's still little stuff here and there like that, easily removed with a little wire brush later. I can get the detail stuff. This came out nice. So yeah, inside and out looks pretty good. Now it'll be time to really detail clean everything. Have a couple other things to take off of there, and we can commence to reassembly. Hopefully the parts will be in by next Friday. So
Yellow Beetle is gone. The heartbeat of it stayed though. Tell us about the engine.
So it turned out to be a really, now, okay, let me back up a little bit. The top end was, well, as you'll see in the videos, the top end was trash. It was full of water, just nastiness. So all that went to the scrapyard. But all the new stuff that's on my top end is going to go on this wonderful block. Turns out it's actually a very nice block. It's got absolutely perfect standard bores, standard thrust, and it even had Volkswagen bearings in it. Well, no way you can see the stamping, but they're stamped VW. So all this is going back in my engine, in that block. My cam out of that car will go in that block, and then I'll put all my top end on that block. And we should end up with a fresh, nice, all standard engine.
And when you take this one out, you're going to investigate, right? You're going to find out what is making it knock.
Oh, I want to take it out now. Like, that's how much I want to know. As soon as we pull this thing, we're pulling the heads immediately, and I want to see what is wrong. Did I do something wrong? Did something fail? We don't know. It has a single rod knock. So one rod either came loose or got scored for some reason, or we don't know yet. We'll find out soon.
The Beetle still runs. It starts right up. I mean, it sounds like it's fuel injected. That's how good it starts
Cranks
up.
instantly.
It just starts knocking.
I drove it in here, actually. Why push it? It runs. I mean, what am I going to do? Break the engine? But I just putted it. I don't rev it or anything. But just putted it in here, and we'll figure it out.
Is the knock as bad as the last time?
No.
No.
No, it's way more mellow, mild. Like, it's not, and it hasn't gotten really. It started and stayed the same. I drove it a couple times, and I thought it was going to get worse, but so far, same basic sound.
Yeah. He bought the yellow bug for $200. He took the engine out and then sold the rest of the bug for $100. Now, we showed you that bug, and I saw that bug, and what was somebody going to use that for?
I mean, if you think about it, if they needed door handles and trim rings, you know, it had door handles with a key. I think that was a door key. But anyway, just if you picked any various parts off of that Beetle, which he bought it to get parts, you could make up $100 quick.
Right.
So,
yeah.
you know, to somebody that needed, and I much preferred to sell it to him who was going to use it for something than take it to the scrapyard.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anytime. The windows, if he had a broken window, one window would be $100, you know? So I don't know what he needed.
Yeah.
But I hope he gets some good parts out of it.
He'll probably take all the parts off that he needs and maybe pass it on to the next guy who needs something else off of it.
Hopefully. Or, I mean, at some point it's going to be scrapped because I don't think the body's going to be fixed.
Yeah. At some point, everything good is going to be gone.
Yeah.
When he takes this engine out, he's going to take it apart and he'll show you guys what he did wrong.
I think. I'm not saying I didn't, but let's hope not. I mean, whatever. It's done. Whatever's done is done.
And whatever he finds, we'll talk about it on the next episode. So until then, buckle up, put it in gear, and drive it.